Today's unboxing and review nugget will be for this keyboard. MaxKeyboard, backlit mechanical keyboard, the Nighthawk X8. I just got this in the mail today, and I'm going to open it with you for the first time on camera, and then we'll take a look at some of its features and do some reviewing of them for all of us to look at. So I'm particularly interested in the N-key rollover that this board is supposed to have over USB. I will show you on the box. Here is a list of features. If you can see, now if I get pretty close, you can see right there in the middle on the left, just over the middle there, it says N-key rollover, but only 6 keys on USB, whereas their website is pretty specific that it does N-key on USB. I asked them about this via email, and they said that the boxes were printed up before the engineers had made the breakthrough, and that's why the boxes still say 6 key, but I'm told this will have full N-key rollover once we get it open. So without further ado, we'll give it a shot here. While I'm opening it, I'll tell you a little bit what I learned about MaxKeyboard. Their website hasn't been around very long, and neither has their Facebook page, which was a red flag at first when I found a keyboard that matched exactly what I was looking for. And after a little bit of research, I discovered that MaxKeyboard is owned by the same people that run the ErgoGeek website, ergogeek.com, and max-geek.com, and that matches up with what one of their people told me. He said that they were formerly into manufacturing industrial keyboards and decided to venture into the consumer market, and the X8, the one that we're looking at now, and the X9, the Nighthawk X9, are their first 2 consumer boards. So anyway, some extra information for you in case you were wondering where they came from and why you hadn't seen them before. So we'll take a look in here. Alright, got a manual here. Looks like it's just a 2-pager. Looks like it's going to tell us how to change the backlight and use the multimedia keys and the macros and such. Let's take a look at what the board looks like here. You can see it sitting inside. Alright. See what else comes with this bad boy. Alright, here's the board. Now I tell you, this board's got a little bit of weight to it. It's definitely weightier than the one you see sitting in front of you. This one's going to be replacing. This is the Cytec Eclipse 2. But as you can see here, looks like we got a nice braided cord. You can see the connections it comes with a USB connection and 2 audio connections. The board actually has, as you'll see, USB and audio built in. You see a little warning on here. They talk about not plugging anything over 100 milliamps into these 2 USB ports. I think that's because there's not an extra additional power that goes to these to make them a legit hub. So you can only plug in things that are maybe a little more lightweight as far as USB devices. Maybe your headset, if you have one like that, or you probably don't want to be charging a large device off of the keyboard. It's got a good feel to it. What I'm feeling right here is rubber. I feel it has a kind of a rubber texture and feel to it. The board looks really great and well built just from looking at it right here. Now, the board, the reason I picked this board, I was looking for a particular type of board that had 3 specific functions, 3 specific characteristics. Characteristic 1 was backlit keys. Characteristic number 2 was N-key rollover, which I found on this one, and characteristic number 3 were Cherry MX Brown switches. For those of you who aren't familiar with all the different switch types, I found there's 4 kind of main switch types on a mechanical keyboard made by Cherry MX. They seem to be the most popular mechanical key structure manufacturers. The blues, the browns, the red, and the blacks. So the Cherry MX blues sort of have a feel like an old school keyboard. They click when you type. They actuate about halfway down. And the browns are the same as the blues except without the click. So these on this keyboard will actuate halfway down and makes double tapping a little bit easier. You can even touch type without having to push the keys all the way to the bottom of the board. And then the reds and the blacks are generally more gaming oriented. They have what they call linear movement, where there is no actuation point as it goes down. There's no, or tactile at least, there's no tactile feel as it goes down. It just goes to the bottom of the board. But anyway, that may be more than you wanted to know. I'm not sure. Now it comes with a nice wrist pad. I read somewhere else that it's memory foam. So let's see what that's like for ourselves here. Looks to be pretty nice. Fairly soft. So looking good there. The other board I was looking at that matches, I'm going to take the wrapping off of the USB cord here while I talk. The other board I was looking for that matched the similar things as this one was the X-Armor, the U9BL-S, which had the exact same characteristics I was looking for, but I couldn't find it in stock anywhere. And that's when I just happened to see this keyboard become available. What we're going to do is go ahead and plug this guy in. I have a USB extension cord over here. Should be pretty stout, so we'll see if it actually works. I have not installed any drivers. In fact, obviously it didn't come with any. You saw the unboxing. So I'm plugging it into a fully updated Windows 7 64-bit box, and we'll see how it does when we plug it in. By the way, let's show you the back of it too. I guess I never showed you the back. As I drag my cord over the keys on the other keyboard, I'm going to go ahead and extend these feet that it has here. You can see the label on the bottom there. Alright. Let's go ahead and see how this does when we plug it in. Alright. So far so good. Ooh. Now that is a bright keyboard right there. Okay, one of the features of the Nighthawk X8 and X9 that's pretty spectacular is the fact that it's got the LED backlights, just like the Eclipse 2. And this is probably a pretty good indication. You can see the difference in brightness. The Eclipse 2, I don't believe it has them under every key. Based on what I can see, there's parts that are lighter and darker, but it does show through the keys. Now, the Nighthawk X8 has laser etched keys, but it has one LED behind. You can obviously see how bright this keyboard is with the LEDs on. So, according to the instructions, if we want to lower the LEDs, we can use the function key and then use 8 and 2 on the number pad to go up and down. So, if I go down a notch, I happen to know that I'm at the highest level, so I can take it down one notch. It can be this bright. Take it down another notch. It can be that bright. Or we can shut it off. If we go back up 1, 2, 3, there's another level, a fourth. It's actually a pulse level. And I just had the realization that I'm showing you this with the light on. So, to make this look even better, let's go ahead and shut the light off here and see how it looks. Again, you'll notice the custom mods here. I put the escape as green and the EDSF is green. The EDSF for my gaming cluster. I realize I'm in the minority now as far as gamers go, but you can customize it any way you want. You could do the WASD, of course, if you wanted to, or customize any of the other keys. I've seen a board that had the arrow keys customized. Anyway, let's go ahead and knock this down a notch again. So there's the second level, there's the first level, and there's off. There's the First level, second level, third level, and let's do the pulsating. So, for our purposes, for this demo, we'll leave it on the brightest setting. Now you're probably wondering what the keys sound like, so I've watched a lot of videos trying to figure out which keys are best. It's really hard to tell unless you can feel them. But I'll just do some normal typing. Pull up a little, oh, can't type on that keyboard, can I? Pull up a notepad window here. Alright. That's me pressing the keys all the way down. Nice solid response and feel. Now if I just press them not fully actuated, or fully actuated but not to the bottom of the keyboard, a little less noisy even, still very responsive. So again, full bottoming out. And touch typing. Alright, we're cutting here from the main video to show you real quick the anti-ghosting at work. I wasn't able to put it in to the video before because you couldn't see the screen, but here I wanted to put it in so you can actually see what's happening. So you will see through the little window up above the keyboard the Microsoft anti-ghosting app on their website, where you can see as I press the keys how many keys are actually being registered. So here I go. 4 keys, 4 keys, here's 8 keys and 9. Now I'll try to hit a bunch at once. And you can see all those are showing up. I'll hit all the number keys at once. All those. Press a bunch here and a bunch here. You can see that they're all registering just fine. So the full keyboard N-key rollover appears to be working great. And this concludes our review of the Nighthawk X8 backlit mechanical keyboard from MaxKeyboard.com. Overall, we find this to be a great board. It's got great build quality and a great set of features. The N-key rollover works like a champ for any amount of keys that we press. The backlighting is nice and bright with plenty of options as far as levels go. And the Cherry MX brown key switches have a great feel on the board. In our experience so far, just here at the beginning of owning the board, it's a great board, and I would definitely recommend it for anyone looking for this particular set of features. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you guys later.